In the world of Hollywood, movies get greenlit and redlit. They get remade and rebooted. But we are the ideal. I'm Sam Gasch, and you are listening to Ideal Remake. I lied. I wasn't ready. Anyway, so we're talking Bill and Ted today.
Hi.
We're about to go on a most excellent podcast journey adventure.
Yes.
And party on, dudes.
Party on, dudes.
Yeah. Yay.
All right, so I would like to welcome back Meredith Hackman and Laser Molina-Weber.
Hello, it's me. It's
We're
me.
the best. I'm so excited for you guys to listen to us.
You lucky ducks. Welcome to me.
So the game I want to start before we get into like, hey, welcome back and all that is, so it's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and then Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. If they were to make a third movie, what would be your adjective noun for what the name would be? Keep in mind there is a correct answer.
Duplicitous betrayal.
Oh, shoot. I like that a lot.
Gnarly.
Yeah,
I
man.
like that.
Yeah, Duplicitous Betrayal's a good one.
Bill and Ted.
Go to White Castle.
Here we go. Bill and Ted 3, John Wick 3.
I would also watch that.
Yeah.
The answer that I came up with that I'm super proud of and super disappointed in is Bill and Ted's Righteous Crusade.
Righteous is good.
Oh,
Righteous is good.
Oh, that's
and then
funny.
you think about what I just
It's
said.
funny. It's cute. And it's like a
Righteous
crusade. and
crusade.
It's like a...
Oh, because it's bad.
Yeah, there it is.
Well, the Crusades weren't great in general.
No.
I mean, I imagine it was just Bill and Ted like persecuting non-Christians.
Well, and then if you think about it, I mean,
That's what this movie is.
their religion has to take over the world, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
what the
yeah.
weird
That is
crystal
true.
future does
Let's not
So
call it
it's
weird.
just them like killing everyone who disagrees with them.
through the power of music. So,
I'm fine.
is the reason that they travel everywhere in a phone booth because of Doctor Who?
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
But when I first saw this movie when I was like in high school, I'd never heard of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But now I have, and I'm like, that's definitely a thing, right?
Well, I was like, oh my God, Doctor Who ripped off Bill and Ted. And then I did a quick timeline in my head and I was like, oh no, dog.
Well, unless they went back in time.
They went back in time.
And then
Trash can.
And then the Matrix ripped off Bill and Ted by having them use phones.
Truth.
Yeah.
And then we ripped off the Matrix by having phones. in
And then I
general.
ripped off Keanu Reeves in this movie by wearing a vest the other day.
Did you?
Oh.
I love a vest.
Yeah.
And I ripped off, I don't know the other guy's name. That's why I needed my laptop. Oh, no.
Talk it out. Talk out your thoughts.
I
We'll
just don't
help
remember the
you.
name of the other actor.
Oh, he's blonde guy.
Yeah, blonde guy.
Oh, yeah.
I needed my
Not Sean Penn, let's call him.
I needed my laptop for IMDb.
He looks like Sean Penn.
Okay.
Didn't he always look like Sean Penn?
a little bit.
He's fake Sean
He's
Penn.
more attractive than Sean Penn.
All right, Sam, calm down.
Also, Sean Penn, I'm pretty sure is not a good dude.
No, I'm not associating this man's inner truth with Sean Penn. I'm saying
That's fair.
physically he looks
Because
like Sean
this dude,
Penn.
I think, is supposed to be a good dude.
Yeah, I looked up what he looks like now. Super cute still.
Probably.
Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, why not? I don't see. So,
This just becomes a podcast about like,
so I don't remember who originally wanted to do Bill and Ted. Was
Me.
it on your original list,
Yeah,
Meredith?
I'd
And then
never
Laser
seen
picked
it.
it. You'd never seen it at all?
No,
never
until 3 hours ago. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
It was fine.
Oh no. Oh no, this is gonna be the Matrix, but like switched.
Yeah.
You had never seen The Matrix before we did The
No,
Matrix
but I
episode?
wasn't a fan.
Oh, okay.
No, I think it was good. I feel like I would have liked it a lot if I'd seen it when I was younger, but
This movie, I do want to say, this movie was so much more 90s than I remember it being.
yeah.
You can probably get closer to the mic, Meredith.
Get up in there. Tell us about your feelings about the 90s, Meredith.
Yeah,
All right, you
Meredith,
guys are
tell us
really
about the
loud in my
90s.
ears, so maybe someone
Wait,
just...
maybe we should turn you down.
Wait, can we talk about adjusting? I can't hear anything now. Are you messing with me?
Better?
Hello.
More.
Meredith.
More.
Meredith.
Oh.
Meredith. Meredith. Meredith.
Now
Meredith.
you sound great.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you. I should have done that before, huh?
Nah, do it in the middle.
Everything's great.
Everything's great.
So tell us about your experience with the 90s.
With the 90s in general,
Yeah.
it's a great time, you know? Like, at first it was kind of grungy. It was holding over from the 80s. And then it was just like, wow, why is everything so dark and depressing? And then Britney Spears hit the scene, and it was like, oh, yeah, everything's bubblegum and bunnies. And that's kind of
not the impression I got from her, but go for it.
Well, at the time, I didn't understand what sex was.
Neither did she.
Neither did I, but she taught me.
But she taught you with bubblegum and bunnies.
Interesting.
I messed up.
Yeah. Well, if you watch
Well,
The Favorite, sex and bunnies.
Oh, yeah, I did watch The Favorite.
Yeah, let's not get into it.
You didn't like The Favorite?
I just want to discuss Bill and Ted's Excellent
Okay,
Adventure.
all right, you're right. I'm sorry.
The opposite of The Favorite.
The actor's name is Alex Winter.
Alex Winter.
We did a
Great name. But
All right, good podcast, everybody.
But I
All
feel
right,
like the
thank you.
90s, as represented through Bill and Ted's, were about dumb innocence and hilarious heart.
I
yeah,
get
just
that.
kind of like very much just the surface level of. There's that. Now it's here. Okay, let's move on. That kind of thing.
There's got to
I
be
mean, it's
some...
a kids movie, right?
It's also like, yeah, but it's also like a really idealistic future where
Yeah.
literally the entirety of this idealistic future hinges on helping two idiots pass a history report.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also a kids movie
An
where a guy wants
incredibly
to
well
sleep with his mom.
attended.
Yeah.
Yes, also that
that
was
happens
okay.
a
Yeah,
lot
that was
in
weird.
kids'
I
movies.
did not recast her. Like I took kind of that whole subplot out. I'm like, that's problematic.
Yeah, it's problematic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
But it's all for that one joke at the end when Sigmund
Yeah.
Freud's like, can I do you? And he's like, I just have a minor Oedipal complex, man.
yeah. But then in like Bogus Journey, she's married to the other dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Hilarious.
Bill's dad and whatever her name was get divorced. and
Missy?
Sure.
You don't even want to respect her enough to say her name?
Not at all. and then Bill's dad's just really sad during all of Bogus Journey. He's like, take me back. But she's just like married to like the cop. And it's super weird.
Oh, man. Wow, I blacked out. I mean, I love Bogus Journey. I'm not going to lie. I think Bogus Journey also holds up.
I'm on board with Bogus Journey.
I might like it better.
It's so silly and amazing, and
it's got like a skeleton guy in it.
Death.
Okay.
The Grim Reaper, and they have to like play board games to like get undead
Well,
because
you
their
didn't tell
robot
me there
versions
were
of themselves
board
killed
games
them.
or robots. I would have been in for that.
Right?
That-
I
it's-
would have taken less of an accident.
aliens and God and
The aliens.
then Death joins the band.
They all join the band.
It's so good.
We'll get Yuji that one next.
Okay. Sounds
or,
good.
or we'll just do a movie night. I mean, either way.
Okay, we could just watch.
We were gonna
movies.
just hang out, and now we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, I did just ask you to Mexican food, and now we're here.
Well, we have to like the only Mexican food place I know of is a block from the recording studio.
It's fine.
The other
It's
option
fine.
was El Pollo Loco across the street from me, and I think El Compadre is going to be a little bit better.
Agreed.
Okay.
I hope.
We'll give you guys a recap later on the Mexican food.
It'll be in the mini episode that goes out the week before this. So before we begin, so when we talk about Bill and Ted, I first saw this movie in bits and pieces, like on Comedy Central, like just sitting and watching it just over time. And then, but I saw Bogus Journey for the first time all the way through. And then when I went out and bought this movie, because I own it on DVD because it's great,
Okay.
I
Do people still use DVD?
yeah, but they put them in the Blu-ray player.
Oh, got it. Cool.
That's like the first time I ever saw this movie all the way through. So I think my watching it for this episode is the second time I've ever seen it all the way through.
Oh wow. Okay.
And there are some jokes that I really, really enjoyed, but there are two problematic things. There, like for a movie that came out when it did in scrolling 1989. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I might end up being able to release this episode on the 30-year anniversary of this movie coming out. And so I'm going
You're
to do that.
welcome.
The release date of this movie is February 17th, 1989.
2 days after my birthday.
Well,
Do you want to get
we
Mexican
can.
food and then accidentally record a podcast for it?
That's all I want to do for my birthday.
Tripped and fell into a podcasting booth. It happened. But I completely lost my train of thought.
I know. I loved watching you do it.
Yeah, it's really good. You've seen the movie, and they say
there's two problematic
there's
things.
a few bad words in there.
Missy, and then the one time they said a bad word.
Yeah.
What bad word did they say?
They say
They hug each other, and then
they say a gay slur.
They do?
Yeah.
After they hug each other because they can't handle their toxic masculinity.
One of them's wearing armor, and one of them somehow isn't because he fell out of his armor, because that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Bro, I fell out of my armor. That's not how that works.
Well, he rolled down the stairs. Look, I went to go get a salad during the princess part, so I might have missed the gay slur. That's very upsetting. I'm
How
so
did
sorry.
you watch this movie if you weren't able to pause a movie?
I've seen this movie a bajillion times, so I was like, I know what happens during the princess part.
Clearly, you did not.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Also, the princess is a little bit weird, like princess babes or whatever it is, and then like Rufus
Yeah.
shows up as like, I brought them for you.
And they were just
They
like,
are for
we went
you.
to the mall, and one of them can't do a British accent at all, and she's my favorite one. And she's just like, I learned what the mall is.
I think they don't like kiss them or anything. They're just like, we escaped and now we're here.
That's true. They never actually physically touch each other.
No, they don't go to the prom with each other. They're just escaping. They're using it.
And then they
I'm
become part of the
comfortable with
band,
Yeah.
which is empowering. And then in Bogus Journey, I feel like they do more explore the relationship and like the treatment of them and who they are as women fully.
I don't remember.
Okay.
But I believe you.
Because
but I
the
don't
evil
remember.
robots try to like do bad things to them.
Yes.
Alrighty.
So
Sounds like a great movie. And then in the third one, there's a dog that gets killed. And then
In the Wild West.
and Ted runs after and kills a lot of people, right? And that's why Death's there.
I think that's right. Yeah. So Laser, because this is the first time you've seen this movie and you saw it 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
What are the parts of this movie that you really enjoyed? We'll start with the parts you enjoyed, and then we'll start with the parts you didn't enjoy.
Oh, I thought it was fine. I don't know. I thought it was cute. It was weird to me that it was such like an opportunity to be a cameo factory, and I don't think I knew anybody other than Joan of Arc.
And how do you know Joan of Arc?
Because isn't she in the band?
Is she?
Yeah, I think she is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know Joan of Arc. This was pointed out to me, and I know Joan of Arc. Do you know how I know Joan of Arc, Meredith?
College?
She is the singing telegram girl
Yeah.
in Clue.
Clue! Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
great.
She's in the. Gosh darn it! I saw them at New Year's. I forget what their band name is, but they're great. They do. We Got the Beat. What's the band called?
We got the beat.
We
Got the beat.
She was very angry about politics. It was great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. Anyway,
Did someone just try to get in?
a ghost. God damn it!
Is someone outside?
I do feel like it was
'Cause
just
we
a
all
sound.
heard that,
it was a
right?
sound-based entrance into like the podcast. Like someone's gonna start.
Well,
talking.
we're not recording this in my apartment this time. We're definitely recording it in a podcasting studio that I guess is haunted. The Go-Go's.
The Go-Go's.
Go-Go's.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, in answer to your question, what I liked about the movie was I don't know, it held up pretty well. I think they had great outfits. There were very low stakes.
They were very well. It was the entire future, but also yes, very low stakes.
Yeah. And they were pretty chill. It was great. It was a low key, chill, fun time.
Who was your favorite historical figure?
I would say Joan of Arc, but her arc was a little
doesn't-
unexciting.
Have much of an arc.
I wanted her to go make out with the aerobics lady, not take over for the aerobics lady. That was
that would have
definitely
been cool.
I definitely saw that going a different way. It was my favorite. Probably Socrates as a cutie.
Yeah.
Socrates.
Socrates. Meredith, who's your favorite historical figure?
I mean, it's Abe Lincoln, man. He gives that speech at the end. I love him.
Yeah.
7 minutes ago. I mean, that really gets me every time. And he goes, be excellent to each other. Party on.
Right down the camera.
Great.
And then the whole place goes wild. And he like does nothing up until that point except go, I'm a lawyer, when they're at the police station.
That is a great moment. But it's an incredibly well-attended oral report
Also,
party.
what is this history class?
I don't know.
They covered Joan of Arc, Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid was the weirdest.
Yeah.
Napoleon. It's not an American history
I think
class.
it's just showing that they are aware of history.
Right. History
I think
happens.
it's the class that you take. It's like the super remedial history. Like you have to take a history class to graduate. So here are 20 different people.
That is
Yeah.
probably accurate.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing I think I like most about this movie is that somewhere in my child nerd fantasy, I was going to make this for like a school project. You know what I mean? Like this movie was a school project that someone made. And then I would make a school project that they were like, let's distribute this internationally. You know what I mean?
My favorite historical figure was the buddy comedy between Billy the Kid and Socrates.
Socrates.
They're in love.
Yes.
And it's wonderful. Like they just enjoy hanging out with each other.
They
at
throw
the
a ball
mall.
back and forth.
It's the best.
it's
They're
so
just
cute.
throwing a
Yeah,
football
it's
back and
very
forth.
cute.
They try to pick up chicks at the mall, which is another problematic part because they're so old. Or Socrates.
Socrates is, but like the chicks just leave. It's fine.
But they're like into them
Yeah.
until Freud messes it up because he's such a geek.
They're wingmanning each other. Oh man, and Freud is standing there eating a corn dog, and then like he gets disappointed, and the corn dog just
Starts drooping.
Yeah.
The corn dog was his peen.
what? I just thought it was funny because it was a corn dog.
Oh, I have many things to teach you.
I'm ready.
Adorable.
Oh, I also thought of something else while watching this within the first 5 minutes. Bill S. Preston Esquire. Don't
Yeah.
you only get an Esquire on your name if you're a lawyer?
Correct.
Is he a lawyer?
No.
I think he's just an idiot.
I also looked it up, and you can also get it if you're British gentry.
Oh, he's probably British gentry.
Yeah,
I thought
he's,
about that
he's
too.
none of those. He just thought it sounded cool and added it to his name.
Or he went forward in time, got a law degree, went back in time, added it to his name.
That's the
possible.
next movie.
Yeah.
The time travel in this movie holds up better than almost any time travel in any
That's what I
time
was gonna
travel
say.
movie.
It pretty much works.
It totally works. I am a real bitch about time travel, and like I can get through a movie with bad time travel as long as it's good enough. But like I will debate it with you. Bill and Ted, I think, is my go-to. Like this is the time travel I believe in.
Yeah, they don't set up a lot of paradoxes or anything.
No, it works from Bill and Ted's perspective. It doesn't work for any of the historical figures,
Why not?
They'd have to bring him back right when they left.
which you can do. I mean, Rufus says you can't, but you totally can.
But then like she adds aerobics to like the French.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever, but like we don't know the specifics of what Joan of Arc did.
I don't think it was aerobics.
It could have been.
You don't know.
You don't
That's
know.
true. I don't.
You
That's
weren't
the point.
there, Sam.
Again, also true. But also,
Sam.
especially if I'm Billy the Kid, I'm going to be like, can I just chill here? There's nothing
Yeah.
there for me. Can I just hang out with my buddy Socrates?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're right. Him and Socrates are forever parted.
It's really sad.
It's the greatest tragedy.
Or maybe not. Maybe that's why Billy the Kid like disappears from history because he runs off to be with Socrates.
I mean, I don't know I don't know about the end of Billy the Kid. Do you know about the end of Billy
Oh,
the
no,
Kid?
I don't care.
I assume he
Oh,
was
all
killed.
right.
Laser, you could not seem less excited about this movie, and it's bringing me out.
I'm sorry. Okay. It's so good. I love young Keanu Reeves is very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'd go back in time for that, if you know what I mean. Did you like that? Was that enough enthusiasm for you?
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
Okay, so what did you not care for in this movie? Like, what's something for our remake that you would do differently?
It felt like the stakes were not, because the guys they never change emotionally, or they like very rarely do. It didn't, like, I'm going to military school, or like, and you know that nothing bad is going to happen.
So you would like to see the future where they fail their history report, is what you're saying?
Well, I felt, no. I kind of felt like something unexpected should happen. Like they should get travel. And they probably do in the second one. Like there's some bad guy, right?
Yes.
There's a bad guy in
Yes.
it. There's not really a bad guy in this movie that has like equal power to them.
The history
I don't
teacher.
think there's a bad guy in this movie at all.
No.
history teacher.
He's
who might
not-
fail him. And the
he's not-
cop dad.
Yeah, the cop dad, I think, is the biggest antagonist.
Yeah, but he doesn't have.
Cop dad.
And the
Full
creepy dad that
power.
has sex with his young wife in his son's room.
My understanding is that it's consensual, but it's so weird and creepy and not okay.
Oh well, yeah,
It's
but
not
it's
okay.
in. Yeah, no, it's not great. No. Yeah, it's. I don't know.
Like I said, we're taking that out.
Where I would like just. It was fine. It was just like, okay, I get.
It's a
but
popcorn
maybe
movie.
I know too much. I knew too much about it already.
Oh, yeah?
I have to say, the San Dimas High School football rules actually got me. I was
Okay.
like, I've heard that before. I get it. That's funny. That was a good joke.
I don't remember who I watched it with, but I remember as like that guy started giving the speech, I just kind of leaned over to my friend and was like, San Dimas High School rules. And then like we had to wait another 30 seconds before he actually got to it. And I was like, yeah.
I went to Raging Waters almost entirely because it's Waterloo.
Oh, that's funny.
And,
Waterloo's
Oh,
funny.
because it must have
Napoleon
been.
was
So
very
that
funny.
is Raging Waters the actual water park that was
Yeah,
filmed
that's like
at?
it's supposedly based on it. I think it's where they filmed it. And it's one of the worst places I've ever been to.
Oh no!
It really broke my little Bill and Ted heart. I was just like, we went on no rides. We had to wait in line for 3 hours for food. Like I don't know if you do like anti-ads on this program, but if we could do an anti-ad for Raging Waters, it was the best worst day of my
Sure,
life.
let's cut to it now.
Raging Waters. For when you want to be hangry and in the sun.
Raging Waters, conveniently located on the 105. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We don't know. where-
Napoleon will not be there.
It's in San Dimas.
All right.
All right.
And now back to the show. Oh man, I'm really glad we had that break, everybody.
Yeah.
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 So that's not unreasonable. Like you kind of wanted to see the stakes of everything more. I mean, it's a classic 80s 90s movie of like we're having an adventure.
Yeah, I just personally really hate men who play guitar. So
Oh.
I think that may have been it.
I
Yeah.
hate to break this to you, but there's a lot of those.
No,
dudes.
I realize that. No, I do.
All men who play guitar?
No, not my dad, but every other one of them.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Yeah.
And in their defense,
They're really bad
they're
at it.
really bad at it.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. They just as heroes, I'm not pulling for them, I think, is my problem.
What instrument would you like them to play?
Oh, ooh, recorder and pan flute.
Not gonna lie, I would totally be for that.
What can
Can
you
the
imagine? Like
princesses play guitar?
that's fine.
No, the princess plays bass and the other princess plays drums.
No, she
No, one
plays
of them plays keyboard.
Meredith.
No, but in the second movie, I thought she played.
oh, did she upgrade?
I don't know.
Maybe
Upgrade.
she probably still
Spoilers?
plays
Okay,
keyboard. She probably still
spoilers.
plays keyboard.
We basically spoiled that whole movie for
Oh
you.
my gosh.
Also, the drummer princess isn't so bad in this. She's the only one who's like actually keeping rhythm in the back.
Yeah,
I watched her.
Yeah. Well, the sound works. I don't know that it's actual.
she was like-
"Oh, is she doing a good job?"
Yeah, it wasn't much of a rhythm, but it was.
I
a rhythm.
wish
How
you
well
could
do you,
watch.
How well do you think those hand motions are translating to the audio medium?
I really into it.
I did it just for Laser, and
Yeah.
I don't need this audience. They can keep their lack of visual understanding.
Don't listen to her. You're everything to me. You're all I have.
You are everything. It's like,
I have wanted 90s. I guess this movie's from the 80s. That's really upsetting.
yeah,
89.
89.
Yeah, that throws off my whole thing.
It's from the 80s as much as I'm from the 80s.
Me too.
Except
'Cause we're the
that
same
it was
age.
completely formed in every way in the 80s, and you were barely alive.
It developed its cult following in the 90s.
Okay.
I
As
don't know.
did
I
you?
can't tell. Yes.
Haven't you seen the weird videos of Sam as a baby?
Oh my God, I'm so
And those people who
baby
are
cult.
always standing like kitty corner to wherever I am at all times and every day, and they're in robes.
right.
You follow them around, though. to
Yeah,
be fair.
you
You're
follow
stalking
them.
the weird cults. You're not stalking.
Just seems so cool. Why don't I get robes?
You can buy robes almost anywhere.
What?
I think the thing that would make me like the movie more is if the men. I know they're supposed to be dumb, but I don't understand why everybody gives them so much slack.
Because they're slackers.
Yeah.
Well, the interesting thing to me is that I thought Bill seemed pretty smart. Like, Bill kind of got a grasp of the situation
Yeah.
pretty
yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole time travel back in time, set things up, and then meet back here
Yeah.
was totally his idea, and it worked.
Yeah.
And then he just enjoys hanging out with his buddy Ted, and Ted's dumb. So he's like, all right, yeah, we'll be dumb.
But
I like
Ted's,
hanging out
Ted's
with you.
the heart. And Ted's the one that keeps going, maybe we should learn how to play instruments, Bill.
That's true.
You know?
It's true. They each have their moment.
Yeah, I think maybe just a little bit more differentiation. So one of them could be like the smart dumb
Well, one
guy.
of them's blonde, and then one of them has brown hair.
Is Keanu Reeves? Yeah,
One of them's Keanu Reeves.
yeah.
Yeah. He's going to be in Point Break. And play the same character, but slightly smarter.
I love
Yeah.
him.
I'm into
I
it.
really want to say my casting, and it's so hard for me to like have a conversation about this
But I
movie
want to have
without.
like kind of the concept for the movie because I don't necessarily want to just like do the movie again.
No.
So like if we were remaking the movie right now, when would you set it? Because we can't necessarily set it in the 80s again. We'd be setting it now.
We have
right?
to set it now.
And are they traveling around in a phone booth?
No, they can't be.
So what's a? I mean, the only thing that's
Hotspot.
equivalent to a. The only thing that's Did we do that for the Matrix?
Yes, we did.
The only thing, I was going to say the only thing that's equivalent to a phone booth now is a podcasting booth.
Oh, I hate that.
Well, I have a pitch that instead of terrible guitar players, they're like a wannabe rapper and a wannabe producer.
Yeah,
so it could
that
be
makes sense. So it's like Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect 2.
Does that happen in Pitch Perfect?
Oh, no, Pitch Perfect 1 as well.
Yeah, she's a producer.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's a producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but time traveling. It's Pitch Perfect, but
The
time
first
traveling.
one's great.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
The first one's fine.
Third one's good.
No.
It's really good. The second one's amazing. It's the best movie ever made.
What? The second one?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
It's got John Hodgman in it.
I mean,
And the Grim Reaper. And they have to just play board games with him.
John Hodgman's in the second Pitch Perfect?
Yeah.
Who's in the second Pitch
He's
Perfect?
in the underground a cappella battle.
Oh, yeah, he
yeah.
is. That was funny.
Oh, I love.
I mean, the riff-offs are the best thing.
The
in any of
riff-offs
those
are the
movies.
best thing.
And then they ruin it in the third one.
shout out to my dad, Neil Hackman, who loves the riff-offs.
Yeah. Yeah, the third movie is a lot, but I also loved that.
I'd be willing to. I haven't. Full discllosure, I haven't seen it, but I'd be
Third
willing to
movie
watch
was
it at a
good.
movie
Listen,
night.
if they make Pitch Perfect 4 and it has Keanu Reeves in it, then we can do this one of these.
We will do that. But okay, so what are they going to do instead of a phone booth? Because we don't have that.
It could be
The best thing I can think of would be like one of those picture booths.
Oh,
I love that, a
That's
photo
cute.
booth.
Yeah.
And then that way they just like have a bunch of these little pictures that they're like, oh, it's like someone
Socrates
printed out
and-
your Instagram.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll
You're
do
brilliant.
You're smart.
That. I am.
That's
Thank
the
you.
only thing you get.
Oh no.
Now all of our stuff.
Yeah.
But
wait,
okay, so
but
but
the
if we're setting
internet.
it now, the internet.
The
like,
internet.
How do they just like can't?
Why don't they know about history if we have the internet? That's what I was thinking
Well,
about.
Nobody
why
knows
can't
about
they do
anything.
research for it if we have the internet? I would say like
Right.
you can't. Like the teacher, if he's going to be the antagonist, has to say you can't use web sources. You have to either interview people or do like actual sources as opposed to go to this website.
Or they can
I
keep
have
using
teachers like that.
untrustworthy sources.
Yeah,
Like they just don't know how to use what are the hip search sites nowadays?
Google.
That one.
Yeah, no, I think that it's pretty easy to dismiss. You have to stand up and give a report, so you actually have to have information.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If we were to add an additional historical figure, who would you add?
Okay, so that was the thing I texted you about earlier.
Yeah.
I think that we should change a lot of these effing historical figures because
Yeah.
this is some white male history we have going on.
Yeah, it's not good.
And like, I know that changes a lot of casting situations, but if we're really redoing this, then why are we only telling white male historical stories? And Joan of Arc.
And Genghis Khan in a super non-racist way.
Dude,
Yeah.
Genghis Khan is more problematic than the white man.
But that's the thing. Like the one I would take out is Genghis Khan, and we can't because he's the only ethnic
Well, you
person.
could just add. I mean, you could have like Rosa Parks. You could have
Absolutely.
Like,
I did extensive studies on historical figures.
And I'm excited for that because you're. Is that double-sided?
It is double-sided.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna leave.
In one of your other episodes, you said someone else was the most prepared guest you ever had, and I got really upset. So I thought I'd make a double-sided sheet.
I'm sorry, Nick. Meredith's calling you out.
Yeah, come to the yard. I'm gonna get you with my double-sided sheet.
He had a binder full of paper.
You had a binder?
Yeah.
You should have specified that, and I would have come with a binder. 2 binders.
He's still more prepared than you. I'm sorry.
Am I the least prepared guest?
No,
Okay.
because you watched the movie.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I've had people literally show up and go, all right, so we're talking about this thing. I saw it a few years ago. Cool.
Okay.
This is going to be a good episode.
Yeah, calling you out, past guests. All right, tell us about your
Oh,
historical
should I
figures.
pitch all of my historical figures?
yes.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Yes.
I'll pitch them
I
as.
want to talk about
now.
how we're doing
But
the
I
movie.
wrote them in relationship to their white male counterparts. Is that fair?
I'm excited about it.
Great.
It's
We'll
gonna
do
be
it
great.
then. I love my favorite part of this
we're not done
podcast is
talking about
waiting.
Genghis Khan. Oh, we fell into a dynamic again.
I was waiting for the dynamic.
I just want a burrito.
I know. I want Mexican food so bad.
Look, we're all gonna go get. I'm gonna get an enchilada. It's gonna be amazing.
We're gonna make your guests so hungry. Burritos. Get yours at
They're
Raging Waters.
They're listeners, not guests.
But so like
table it.
so we should set this movie now, and I do think we should get a more diverse historical. Like I didn't even think about that. The one thing I did during my casting, well, I was like, for Napoleon, I need someone who's actually French.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, because I agree with you. It is absolutely an opportunity to do like some star studding.
Yeah.
Stud the stars.
breed a bunch of tiny little stars.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
We all,
all right,
agree
fine.
on
Let's
everything.
just do casting because we basically ideally we like kind of the core idea of the plot. The one thing that was weird for me is that like Rufus, like it's basically like Bill, Ted, and Rufus. That they're on all the DVD covers, and Rufus is in like 3 scenes.
He's like barely
He's
in it.
barely in this movie, and I love George Carlin. He's in more of the second one, but like, is he in more of the second one? He's not.
I
Really
don't
in
think
the,
so.
I love George Carlin.
Is he
but,
just stunt casting and they couldn't get him for more than like a day?
Well, that's the thing. I feel like George Carlin's become more famous now than he was then, because he was still like an amazing, well-known stand-up comedian.
Yeah. Was
Right?
this during Shining Time Station? Wasn't he in that?
That was
he in
Ringo
what?
Starr.
No, it was Ringo Starr after or before George Carlin.
Was it he in what?
Shining Time Station.
I don't know what
It's
that
a
is.
wonderful, informative children's show.
Yeah.
Is this one with the wall of puppets?
No, maybe.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
We're not going to look it up.
No, we're not.
We're definitely not.
Um,
But George Carlin, yeah. So I thought that he probably showed up and was like, "This is a history movie for kids. I will do 3 scenes. Like, I'm all for
Yeah.
it."
yeah, I mean,
How much of
And
Dogma is
I
he in?
wanted his sunglasses to
scene.
be.
is he in Dogma?
Yeah, he's the Pope or whatever. Not a Pope. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's right.
I don't know
he is the
Christian
Pope.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Archbishop? Bishop?
Yeah, no, he was in enough of that movie.
Great.
That movie's so great. I love Dogma.
Oh, it's a great movie.
I really like that movie.
But
I wanted George Carlin's sunglasses to be a little bit cooler. I was interrupted saying that sentence.
Great note.
Thank you.
Good note.
Hot
Good note.
take. Hot take.
Yeah.
Echo. ASMR. I have a bit of that.
Me too. Watch it all the time.
I don't at all.
Have you ever watched someone cut sand?
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Oh,
That
boy.
is no joke.
Not interested at all.
We'll add that to this movie.
Okay. All right. So George Carlin cut sand but I don't necessarily think he needs to be in more of the movie. I just thought it was funny and worth note.
Yeah.
But to remake it now, like same basic idea, but a more diverse pull, less sexist and
Yeah, I feel like there's
prejudiced jokes.
opportunities to have the parents be less like flat, or flat in a more interesting way. Like,
Well, here's the thing.
I
I didn't recast the parents. I don't care about the parents. I don't
well,
think
yeah,
they're
I
relevant.
think you should make them interesting though, because they're the only conflict in the film.
That's true.
So I was thinking, like, I love the film Juno because her parents don't really matter in it, but they are hilarious whenever
Allison
they're
That
there.
is
Janney.
absolutely true.
Yeah, so I think Alice and Janney should be in this film.
Nice.
Sold.
What if she was like the cop? What if she and then
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm
for
writing
it.
that down
And
now.
she's like genuinely
Ow.
concerned about her kid, but she's like, well, we have to do something about this. And
Yeah,
then-
I think it makes sense.
yeah. Because I feel like
Ted's
these
mom.
days it's not realistic stakes to be like military school. I feel like after that movie with Hilary Duff, it's like we get it.
Cadet Kelly.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn to clap on your body, but in rhythm. And then you take down, like, you show Christy Carlson Romano what's up, and it's like a whole thing.
All of us have seen Cadet Kelly more than once. Clear as day on our faces. What is it? What's the song?
I don't know.
Something about Supergirl.
So casting, huh?
I forgot to put Hilary Duff in this movie. Hold on, I need to start over.
Yeah, let's fix this.
All right. So
Christy Carlson Romano as ever.
Christy Carlson Romano. She was in Beauty and the Beast and then she disappeared. She was talent.
she was Kim Possible for a really long time.
That's true. That was a great show.
And then I think they're making a live action movie of Kim Possible.
Yeah, my friend wrote it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
Good for
coming
your
out
friend.
Really?
February 13th. Something up. Yeah.
Wow, that's
It
so
looks
soon.
great. I'm so
Congratulations
excited.
to
We
your
can all
friend.
go to a giant party and watch Kim Possible because
Congratulations to me.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you for having a friend.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
It's
you.
it's a big moment, and
I wish it for
honestly,
you.
we're so proud of you for getting to this point.
Thank you. They let me eat burritos without having to do a podcast.
Look, I got nothing.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see the film.
Film, definitely a film. All right, to be fair, this wasn't the only movie that I pitched. I pitched friggin' Casablanca, and you guys were like, "Old movies bore me."
That's true, though.
I had more fun watching Bill and Ted than I would have had watching
Rebel Without a
Casablanca.
Cause. You guys should see Rebel Without a Cause.
I probably saw it once.
Oh my lord!
He rides a motorcycle. It's sad.
Yeah, I don't
No,
like.
that was real life.
Isn't it in the movie too?
Oh, he rides a car and it's sad in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's different.
Something along the lines of "You'll never understand me, Dad."
You're tearing me apart. I'm acting it out so good.
You really are kind of amazing.
Yeah.
You're the Tommy Wiseau of this podcast.
Oh my God, dreams do come true.
All right, fine. Let's talk about casting.
All right, great.
Rufus first?
Yeah, let's talk about Rufus first.
Emma Thompson.
I have her for someone else.
Oh, that's
Interesting choice.
Janelle Monáe.
Yeah, of course.
And I have Sam Rockwell.
Oh,
Interesting. I think all of us are brilliant.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're all
I like all of
we're
those.
all right.
Yeah.
So
I'll make my pitch
We'll go
for
with
mine.
Sam Rockwell.
What? Here's my pitch. Janelle
All right,
Monáe,
please.
already music,
Yes.
already basically like from the future. Like she's what I imagine people
Yeah.
from the future are, right?
Uh-huh.
We all agree. And she's like a perfect everything.
Good. I love it.
I like her. I mean, she would be like the super obvious choice for like the future person who like sits on the chair and wears the sunglasses or is like
Yeah.
floating.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I guess what does Rufus do? He like fanboys out a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
He's
exists. He doesn't give them a lot of information. He Gandalfs them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think she's.
But
good for
because
that.
he
Yeah.
lives in this peaceful society, like this is his mission. This is
Yeah.
his like Mormon mission that he's going to go back in time and bring their saviors to justice.
It sort of is.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I picked Sam Rockwell because he can be really excited about not doing very much.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
can
It's
do-
gonna be great.
Yeah, I feel like a little bit of goofiness with Rufus would be fun.
Yeah.
Although I guess there is a lot of goofiness in this film.
We can hold
Yes.
our thoughts until we move on to that.
Well, I think
No, it's my podcast
well,
now. I'll decide
it's-
the order. That we
Yeah.
talk.
fair enough.
Thank you so much for joining me, by the way, Meredith. No, what
Wait,
are
is it your podcast?
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
I just thought we were each taking it.
So then let me ask you this. So we've got our kind of like core three of Rufus, Bill, and Ted.
Yeah.
How many of them did you gender flip?
2.
Only Rufus.
Yeah.
I flipped Bill.
I put Bill too.
I'd flip Bill.
Hey.
Know what I'm
Little
saying?
cut off shirt.
I don't hate that.
I love
It
his
has a little
cutoff
slit in it
shirt.
too.
Yeah.
That's
Do
great.
you want to? Should we let you have this moment?
You okay? All right. Who did you have as Bill and Ted?
So my Bill is Willow Shields.
Who's that?
Describe.
What?
Describe.
She is Prim in the Hunger Games, and now she's like gearing up for like 2 different movies. She's gearing up for a horror movie and a roller derby movie. And
Okay.
when I was looking up this actress, her picture was like punk clothing, decked out like leather jacket, and I was like, that's rocker enough for a Bill and Ted movie. I'm on board for that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
Who'd you have for Bill?
I had Anna Kendrick because I couldn't think of a young person.
Pitch perfect.
Yeah.
Time machine.
Yeah, but she could be young. She's tiny.
I picked someone who was a man, but super young. Maybe even like too young.
Let's hear it.
Julian Dennison.
We don't know who that is.
He was just in Deadpool as Deadpool 2. He's the New Zealand kid who was in.
Oh, yeah,
for
he
the
would be
Wonder People.
great. He would be amazing.
He'd be freaking great,
Yeah,
right?
that's it. You
I'd be
did
a
it.
lot more likely to make him Ted.
He could also be Ted, but I picked a great Ted.
Okay, fine.
Well,
who
I
do you
mean,
have for
but
Ted?
Bill is kind of the stupid one, right? No, Ted's the stupid
Ted's
one.
the stupid one, but I feel like Bill is the more aggro one, the one who's more in charge
Yeah.
and like a little spazzier. Ted, I did Marcus Scribner, who's Junior from Blackish.
No.
Mm-mm, can't help you.
Oh, he's so funny.
That's fair. I said Cole Sprouse.
We love Cole
We do.
Why am
me
I
who
always
Cole
horny
Sprouse
on
is?
this podcast? Because we only do Keanu Reeves movies?
Yeah.
Didn't even think about that, but we totally do.
I referenced that earlier.
I know,
made
but
a
my brain
hilarious
didn't
joke.
connect to it.
Yeah.
You did? And I was like, oh, yeah, and then The Matrix. But I didn't process that was like...
Cole Sprouse is Jughead from Archie.
We talked about him last time.
Oh, that's right.
And he
you
was-
do love Cole Sprouse.
I mean, and he's got the hair. He is too artsy for his own good, and I want him to be stupid in a movie.
My Ted is Nick Robinson, who is Simon and Love Simon.
Okay.
Okay.
You're just picking people because they're young. Those aren't funny people, are they?
I'm also picking people because they can look like
Wait,
they're
is
in high
your
school.
person funny?
Cole Sprouse?
Yeah, is Cole
I mean,
Sprouse
he
funny?
was in a Disney Channel show.
Yeah, but
My guy is on one of the hit sitcoms currently
one's-
airing.
Yeah.
neat.
I really liked your idea, the Deadpool kid.
Thank you.
I'm here for that.
And then my backup for Bill, who I guess I can flip to Ted, was Tom Holland.
Yeah, I'm there for that. Yeah.
Cool.
You don't like Tom Holland?
I love Tom Holland. Don't
He
get
would
me
be
wrong.
amazing.
Because
at
he's
it.
funny.
Yeah, he is.
He is very funny.
If it were me, what's the name of the Deadpool kid?
Julian Dennison.
I would do Willow Shields as Bill and Julian Dennison as Ted.
Okay.
I'm
Can
in.
she, as long as she's gay, that's fine.
I'm cool with that. I don't care.
Okay. And then she makes out with Joan of Arc. And then they.
I'm comfortable with that too.
Okay, great.
I got
Great.
no problems with any of this.
No, not my Joan of Arc, but it's fine.
That's okay. Yeah. Well,
I know that sounded weird and like offensive.
not my Joan of
But my
keep
Joan
in
of Arc is
mind-
very young. So that
okay.
was
Isn't
why.
Joan of Arc like 16?
Yeah.
High school age? Perfect age to be making out with these other high schoolers?
Well, it depends when you grab her from history.
Yeah.
y'all.
It's a time machine, Sam. Oh my God.
Can I just say who mine is?
Julian,
There.
Julian last name again?
Dennison.
Yes.
Thank
Say
you.
who yours is.
But you have to say it in a New Zealand accent.
I'm not going to.
Try that.
There's a British person in the room.
That is a
You'll
different
hear
country.
me.
That is a very
I'm
different.
Very
not going to
different
do a
country.
good job.
Sorry. New
I
Zealand and Britain, the same thing? Yeah? No? Oh, he says no.
My only concept for a New
Interesting.
Zealand accent is from all the times I watched.
Yes. Agreed. Flight of the Conchords.
Thank you, Flight of the Conchords.
So should we talk about Joan of Arc people?
Well, okay,
Okay.
we haven't landed on Rufus yet.
Right.
We like all of these people, but
You can keep talking.
we like all these people. So we had Sam Rockwell, we had Janelle Monáe, we had
Emma Thompson.
Emma Thompson. Who fits Deadpool Kid and Hunger Games Kid? Who could guide them?
I mean, just take your Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, I think he would be great.
All right.
I think it's about time for him to teach the children.
Yeah, it's about time for Sam Rockwell to get a break. You know.
I could also see him fanboying out.
Yeah, he
real
would be
hard.
very. He could do like the stoic and then.
And
be
we
like,
know he can dance.
That's true.
We all do personally.
Can't dance like Janelle Monáe though. Well, maybe he can. Maybe.
But Janelle
I
Monáe,
would
I want
watch
her to
that.
be the definitely
Floaty
the
people?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
all of them.
I think
She's
we can.
gonna be
I think we can all agree that Janelle Monáe is in charge.
Yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
runs the society.
Absolutely.
I have backup, floaty leader dudes.
Okay, great. We'll get there.
Do you want to do floaty leader dudes now, or do you want
Yeah,
to
do
actually get into our historical figures?
Well, if Janelle Monáe is the main one, then I put Yoko Ono and Jennifer Lopez as
Yes.
the backup ones.
Yes.
Oh,
Because
no.
they're all musical, but like different kinds of music, and they like
I-
all come together.
Do not want to put Yoko Ono anywhere near anything.
Why? Why don't you like Yoko Ono?
The need for attention is so high.
Okay.
You're right. None of us have a need for attention.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at anyone other than me?
I was looking directly at you. I didn't even look
And
at Laser a
never
little
stop
bit.
looking at me. I need this.
I love that. Or just the same people from Wrinkle in Time. It's just Reese Witherspoon and Mindy Kaling.
I'm okay with that. That's funny.
But Oprah gets replaced?
Yeah.
So, Meredith, you said that you have brought in some different historical figures.
Yes.
Do you want to talk to us a little bit about what you've got?
Sure. Instead of Billy the Kid, I was thinking Bass Reeves. I could be messing up pronunciations. Who,
Base Roves.
but like he was in an episode of I think Timeless or Legends of Tomorrow. I watch a lot of time travel shows.
Oh, I love it.
Legends of Tomorrow is so good.
It's so good. But basically, he's the person that they expect the Lone Ranger to be based on. But he's black. And he's been whitewashed throughout history. But he was this marshal in the Old West who had like the most arrests and really friggin' believed in law and order and like
That's cool.
helped shape the Old West.
I like that idea, except that I cast Billy the Kid as John Cena, and that's all I want.
That could be, John Cena could be Socrates. Ooh. But weirdly enough, that kind of fits with my casting of Billy the Kid.
Hit me.
Michelle Wolf. Look, because here's the thing about the Old West. There aren't really good records of the Old West, and it was an opportunity for anyone to be anything. Like,
Yeah.
there were a lot of black cowboys, and that was a historical fact. But it's
And Native
never,
American cowboys.
and Native American cowboys, and it's never portrayed that way in cinema because it was a bunch of white people making
cinema. Thank you.
It's never portrayed that way in cinema because it's a bunch of white people making movies for white people, they thought.
Right.
And so I am 100%
Like
on
we
board.
are right now.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, we're all white.
Shoot.
But anyway, Michelle Wolf.
And so I thought Michelle Wolf because comedy, and I think it's like the unexpected person, and I just thought that.
Yeah,
But I think if we do that, we can pick a female cow lady.
I'm not. I was saying I'm perfectly happy making her Bass Reeves and just saying, yeah, no, I'm Bass Reeves.
Yeah.
Then you're whitewashing a historically black figure. And
Isn't Michelle Wolf? I thought she was mixed race. Am I wrong? I'm looking this up.
This is so much fun. I don't care. I just want John Cena to kiss an old man. They fall in
I
love.
like this pause very much. Well, my person for Bass Reeves was Jesse L. Martin because I watched Rent live last night.
Or you
And-
mean you watched a rehearsal for Rent live last night?
Yeah, but then today I watched the real Rent live also.
Wait, they did it again?
No, they did it, and he did it in a wheelchair, and then people were like, "Why didn't you show the wheelchair? You're like ableist." And then I was like, "But they didn't rehearse with the wheelchair." But then I was like, "It would be really cool if Roger was actually rehearsed in a wheelchair."
Yeah.
I would watch that.
So they released the.
People Fox recorded the day of performance because they ended up doing like an impromptu whatever.
Oh, because they showed pretty much only the rehearsal, huh?
Yeah.
No, that's too bad. But it was live when they did it.
Well, they did it twice, right?
Yeah.
The first time, because what happened was at one of the dress rehearsals, one of the actors.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. And so they aired.
We all know what happened on Rent Live.
Listen, it was on Twitter trending topics. I knew what it was.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I know about.
Okay, well, Michelle Wolf's ethnicity aside,
The internet says she's biracial, but I don't know.
I don't care.
okay,
Listen,
sure,
I just want her in this movie because I remember who she is.
great.
Cool.
She could be anyone you want to be.
She can be anyone you want to be. Can we move on?
We
Yes.
could just say cowboy person.
Yeah.
Is Michelle Wolf. That's fine
All right,
with me.
whatever.
You've gotten so many people in this already, but
Again,
whatever.
it's not a competition.
It always is.
I'm sorry. Yes, it is.
I'm winning. So let's talk about Socrates.
Stellan Skarsgård.
One of the things that I tried to do with all of these different people, I was talking to Meredith a little bit about this earlier, is that I was like really specific. I was like, if it's Socrates, I'm casting a Greek person.
Okay.
Like that was the research I did for each
Well,
of them.
then you're gonna win because you did that research and then just made the decision.
I didn't
That's
make
how
the
we're judging
decision
it.
because that's what I was trying to do. But if there's someone better, again,
I
I
think it should
don't
be Stellan
care.
Skarsgård.
I changed all of the historical characters, which is why you should have accepted my earlier text.
Yeah, because like that you told us 2 hours ahead of time, and we would have had no time to prepare for.
I'm sorry, you prepared for this more than 2 hours ago?
I was prepared for this on Friday.
Okay.
I changed Socrates to Buddha.
Oh, yeah.
And I
That's really good.
cast Parvish China, who's Sunil on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, the law friend of Paula's.
Oh, that's really
Oh, that's
clever.
cute, yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
And so smart.
I like that.
And he's so funny.
I just need somebody to acknowledge that Stellan Skarsgård is delightful.
Oh yeah, Stellan
Okay, thank
Skarsgård
you.
is great.
Also, John Cena, we said, was going to be Socrates. So
My Socrates was Elias Kotias, but I'd rather make it Buddha and whoever the actor is you just said.
Parvish China. I could be really destroying names. I feel terrible.
Good.
I always feel terrible for messing up names.
Well, I
like
mean,
that.
you're hungry.
I'm so...
We're gonna get food. It's gonna be great. You're gonna earn it. Won't that feel better in your tummy? Let's talk about Napoleon. My Napoleon.
Colin Firth.
What? That's insane and wrong and no. That
Absolutely
I
not.
veto that with 100% of my heart. Like,
Colin Firth.
I love Colin Firth. He is not anyone's Napoleon
Yeah.
on any
No.
planet. He has none of the things that Napoleon has on any planet.
All of them.
It could not be a more wrong answer. Like if this was a quiz,
You
you
haven't
failed the
seen
quiz.
his physical acting prowess in Bridget Jones's Baby.
Haven't I?
You are doubting Meredith has seen Bridget Jones's Baby?
Yeah, that was an insane gambit.
I cast French actor and comedian Bruno Salomon.
You have never seen him in anything.
I have not. This is what he looks like. He's also short.
Oh, he's cute. I did two choices. I did a French choice, which is Gad Elmaleh, who is on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. He's very cute. But he's basically like French Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay.
He's a French stand-up.
Oh, there was a This American Life on that guy.
Oh, he's very funny. But my real choice is Danny Jollis, who is also in Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I might have just watched Crazy Ex-Girlfriend like right before watching this movie. But he's very short and very funny.
Oh, yeah.
He plays George.
Yeah.
And he's also like a live performer.
Yeah,
and
he would be great.
He
Yeah.
looks like Napoleon, and he's a wacky comedian.
That's
All
a
right.
good choice.
I'm cool with that.
Great.
I was going to
Wait,
say
wait.
David Mitchell would be my other choice.
Ooh, I like that
love
choice
David Mitchell.
too.
Can I get one in?
I mean, that's
Yeah.
a real choice as opposed to Colin Firth.
Listen, I just want to see him go down a water slide. Is that so wrong?
Look, that's a different movie, girl. I'm gonna make it a documentary called Colin Firth Goes Down a Water Slide, and everyone's coming.
How are you spelling that?
You know how.
Doesn't matter.
David Mitchell is Napoleon. I
Your
love
corn
it.
dog is all the way up. is all
Hell
I'm saying.
yeah. Okay, I'm going to just stop paying attention now.
So my Freud is I needed an Austrian actor. So who do you think I picked?
Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I picked.
Yeah. Good.
I changed Sigmund Freud to either Helen Keller or Virginia Woolf.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And so Virginia Woolf, I didn't do Emma Thompson. I said Toni Collette for Virginia Woolf. And for Helen Keller, I said Marlee Matlin because she's a famous deaf actress. But Helen Keller, I feel like, has a bad rap. Like, she's gotten all of these, like, stories about her, but none of them are about who she really is. And I would love her to be represented about her actual impact on history.
Is
just
there
as
a movie about who she really is?
The Miracle Worker?
That's only about the first, 15 years of her life. The actual reason she's important is because she's an activist. She fought for women. She fought for civil rights for people of all races. And she was kind of like a renowned communist, which is why she's been erased from history, except for the first 15 years of her life.
I love the idea of putting in Helen Keller. I just worry that you're just setting up so many opportunities for insensitive jokes.
Totally.
And
Except
then
if,
you would just not do them.
but if we do it smart, like if you have someone who's signing the whole time, then you're creating a whole other opportunity for comedy. You don't
That's
need to
true.
lean into terrible Helen Keller jokes. Like you can represent people who are differently abled and make it funny without, you know.
Here's my pitch for what we can do, because here's something here. This would make the movie a little bit longer, but here's what I think would be an interesting choice. I think that because they just go back, take a person, and then leave, and there's no deciding factor of, well, let's meet Abraham Lincoln. Should he be in our report? Nah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think that Freud is there to make that one joke. Minor Oedipal complex.
Right.
Freud doesn't really contribute anything. And I think it'd be really funny if you go out of your way, cast Christoph Waltz,
yeah.
and then they go, it's like, oh, you're Freud. Man, you're boring. And and most of your work has been discredited.
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere else. And he's just in it for 30 seconds to a minute, and that's it.
Or you bring Helen Keller back and she reads about what's happening in our country on the internet and is like communism, and then she becomes like a Bernie bro or something.
Oh, no. Helen. Oh, Helen, no.
But that's what I was going to say. They can go and see some of these people and go in favor of Helen Keller. Because
So we can have both is what you're saying.
I'm saying some of these people we can have both. Some of your people I'm going to ignore because you're wrong. But
I'm not Colin Firth wrong though, right?
That's true.
Great.
That was a huge
I have him as my
misstep.
Abraham Lincoln, too. Is that, no?
But I do think we should have Christoph Waltz as Freud, and then Helen Keller is, who do you have? for
Marlee
her?
Matlin.
What is she in?
Yeah.
She won the Oscar. She's like the only, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say her name, but I think she's the only
Was
deaf
she-
actress to win an Oscar.
Oh, cool.
She's like the go-to.
Good for
What
her.
is she in, I guess is my question.
What'd
She
she
was
win
on
the
West
Oscar for?
Wing.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also would like to point out, if anyone can hear this in the background, if you are hearing stuff in the background, it's because people are confusing being loud with being funny.
I never do that.
So let's
I'm confusing being tired with being funny. Is that working? Or-
talk
Yeah, I'm
about
angry. Is angry
Genghis
funny?
Khan.
Let's not put Genghis Khan in the movie.
I don't think we should put Genghis Khan in the movie. I did recast it, but honestly, the actor that they had playing Genghis Khan is a great actor. He's been in a bunch of different things.
Who
and
is he?
He's the dude from. He basically isn't he the guy who he's the dude from. Oh,
I don't
God.
think you know who he is.
Big Trouble in Little China. He's the dude with the long hair and the mustache, who's the leader of the enforcers, and then he's in the raid.
Okay.
Never seen those things.
He's an amazing martial artist, and he's really
Oh,
very good.
cool.
And he's been in a bunch of different things, and he's I don't know his name off the top of my head. Look him up. But he's great. But then, of course, he's playing a caricature.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's gross
Can we
and
have
bad.
Donnie Yen just playing Donnie Yen? Is that an option?
I don't
No.
think.
No.
I don't know how historical that would be.
The actor that I had is I'm gonna butcher this name. Baljinyamin Amar Saikan.
Great.
Amar Sakan.
From?
He's a Mongolian actor, so he's literally from
Also,
Mongolia.
I looked up Mongolian actors.
Did you really?
Yeah, but then I was like, I
But we should cut Genghis Khan. I just wanted
Well,
to give a Mongolian actor.
here's
their-
my
their
alternate.
due.
Because I was like, well, I do want, like, I want Randall Park in this movie.
Fair.
And so I was
I
like,
think, well, he would be a
Randall
great,
Park.
He would be a great Rufus. He would be a great Ted.
he would be a great everything.
I
He's like
love
a-
Randall Park.
But I was thinking because he always has to play Asian characters that aren't representative of himself.
Yeah.
And so I found this is the only historical character that is kind of random. Young Ok Kim, who was a U.S. Army officer. He's a Korean American historical figure who is basically like, I don't know if he's what the character in Mission Impossible is based on, but he's basically that character in Mission
Oh,
Impossible.
cool.
He's won 19 different medals of honor. He just like kept going out and running missions that seemed impossible and then coming back and surviving. And I just thought it would be really
in
cool.
What world? Sorry, in what world?
In 3 different wars.
Jeez.
Korean, World War II, and
that would be. I mean, that like recent history,
right, recent history.
War.
I
Like,
like
I
it.
feel
I
like
think that's
a World
great.
War II.
But I just thought it'd be so cool to see
Situation.
Randall Park just like propelling in, doing Mission Impossible stuff, representing Korean Americans.
I love Randall Park.
I love him too.
All right, done, sold.
Cool.
That leaves
Anybody
us.
want to talk about Aquaman? Are we good?
We don't have time. We're
Okay.
we're now running out of time, and our sound guys. So we've got 3 historical figures left to recast.
Great.
And then we've got our writer and our director.
Great.
Let's talk about Joan of Arc.
Carrie Brownstein
Millie Bobby Brown,
Sophie Desmarais.
from
France.
She's Quebecois.
who is she?
She's a French actress
You just
in TV and
guess.
movies.
Okay. All right.
I did a good job. I researched
I think
stuff.
that representation for these historical characters is important. I get it. I get what you did. Who did you pick?
Carrie Brownstein.
Who's Carrie Brownstein?
That's funny.
She's from Portlandia.
Oh.
She's the character, the person that you put in the movie when you want to really shortcut this character is gay and not have to explain it at all.
Yeah, I get that.
If you have seen Carol, she's just there to be a lesbian. I love, but yeah, she's a
So-
little old, so I would.
But how old is Carrie Brownstein?
Yeah, she's not 16.
That's the problem.
Who cares? Young or down? Give her pigtails. I'm into it.
I mean, how old is anybody? It's
People are ages.
we're
They're
not,
the
we're
ages
not
that they
actually
are.
making this, right?
Oh no, we're making this.
I'm making
this is
it.
happening. This is the ideal remake.
Okay.
It's real. It's happening.
Okay.
It's for real.
Okay. Then she can be Susan B. Anthony.
See, now we're getting on board
See,
with just
that I'm
switching
on
historical
board.
figures up. Let's do it.
All right,
Susan B.
cool.
Anthony.
Let's do Susan B. Anthony.
No Joan of Arc at all.
Yeah.
It's fine. Or Eleanor Roosevelt, who's hell gay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did a bunch of, because I was reading a bunch of history stuff. So I was like reading about Emily Dickinson. And
The one thing
just a
I will
bunch of good
say
stuff.
is that I am correct for Abraham Lincoln.
Okay,
I
what-
am also correct for Abraham Lincoln.
We'll see.
Same time?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Bryan
Daniel
Cranston.
Day-Lewis.
Oh, that's good.
Daniel Day-Lewis has already played.
I know, but I honestly had the same thought of like, why do they need to go make new movies? They could just go travel into existing
Come
movies.
on. Like, how great would that be if, like, none of these
Because he
people
can't
are. And then
do
it's Daniel
comedy.
Day-Lewis. But it's just Abraham Lincoln. And it's like Daniel Day-Lewis being like, party on, dudes.
I wanted to have an Abraham Lincoln with a twinkle in his eye, not an Abraham Lincoln who's deeply sad inside.
That's fine.
I mean,
Cranston is fine.
Bryan Cranston's fine. I love Bryan Cranston.
Checking it off. 'cause
I
it's
just
gonna be
hate
Bryan
that you're
Cranston.
winning. I love Bryan Cranston. It's a great choice.
I won these 2, and then I got
Did
this
you
one,
put
and
some-
that's
anyone?
it.
Oh, Colin Firth.
No,
Oh.
no, we didn't. No, they gave you gave me David Mitchell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've had several, and Carrie Brownstein,
Yeah,
and I don't know.
it's okay. It's not. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Burritos.
Beethoven.
Beethoven was so hard for me to recast.
So I replaced him because he's useless, and they care about music, and they go back in time, and they don't even interact with Beethoven. It's insane.
That's true,
Frida
they don't
Kahlo played by Selena Gomez.
I'm here for it.
All right, cool.
I just want to say that I said because legally, if they made this movie today, Fred Armisen would be in it, just because there are characters in it, and that's the law. I said that he would be Beethoven, and he would just do some
That's
ridiculous
good.
shit.
That's a good Beethoven.
I needed a comedian who could play piano, so I cast Zach Galifianakis, but I said, but he
great.
must shave.
I think that's allowed.
Galifianakis would be cute, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going with that because you're
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah, no,
we're
because we're
going
doing Frida Kahlo.
Yeah, we're doing Frida Kahlo, Selena Gomez.
I think Frida Kahlo is such. Have you seen Coco?
Yeah.
That's Frida Kahlo in it. Yeah. Okay.
No, I fell asleep, but not because it was bad, just because I was
Okay,
tired.
I thought you were
Coco
just
is
like
so
I didn't want to talk about it because
Meredith,
I was just
no!
tired, and it wasn't because I wasn't enjoying the movie, and then I knew I was going to get a reaction, and I didn't want
It's
to talk
okay.
about it.
It's okay. You could just say no instead of making the noise like Laser. Your reference is bad, and I hate you. Which is what
I
that
love
sound-
your reference.
Thank you. What's next, Sam?
You're the
Writer,
Daniel Day-Lewis of
director.
this podcast.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. Oh, I did cast Missy, the hot mom, but I cast her as older, Charisma Carpenter.
Oh, yeah. If we were keeping her in the movie, that'd be right. Absolutely.
I
We
think
should not
Alice
keep her in
and
this
Janney
movie.
should play all the parents.
Also into Alice and Janney.
Absolutely. I mean,
And then they hook up.
I don't see why Alice and
The two
Janney and
Alice and
Charisma
Janneys.
Carpenter can't hook up.
Agreed. You didn't cast the princesses either.
I didn't.
Who did you put?
Lana Condor, Amanda Stenberg.
I don't know who those
I
people
don't know who
are.
these people are.
Get it together. You're not hip with the kids.
No.
No, absolutely
How
not.
about Michelle Dockery from Downton Abbey?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, Lana Condor is it's All the Boys I Loved Before and Deadly Class, which is
Oh,
cool.
I like her. Yeah, put her in it. She'd be
And
great.
Amanda Stenberg is Rue from Hunger Games. And she's about
Oh, yeah. Well, she's great.
Yeah. I know. I'm hip with the teens. I didn't have to do extensive research on lists of hip teens to cast this movie.
Oh, no.
Great.
Ay. So let's talk about writer-director briefly
great.
so we can get our sound guy out of here. Who did you both have for, like, writer-director people?
I had separate.
Yeah. I had separate as well, but they've worked together before. Because it's jumping around in time and it's a sci-fi comedy with a lot of different elements. I wanted the director to be James Gunn and then the writer to be Nicole Perlman, who does a lot of work with James Gunn, and she also worked on the Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I want kind of that frenetic, and because it pays such attention to music. And for a movie that's about musicians, music should have been a lot more involved.
Okay.
And so that's that. Yeah, basically. And so that's why I thought
I
that.
hated that. I hated every time that happened. I hate teenage boys. That's why I didn't like this movie.
I'm sorry.
I am a teenage boy,
Yeah,
so
I'm
I'm
happy for
personally
you.
Can
offended.
confirm.
Okay. I said Kay Cannon.
What stuff has Kay Cannon done?
Pitch Perfect
Yes.
and Girl Boss.
You're just making Pitch Perfect.
Yeah.
historical.
Okay, so but this and then instead of time travel, it's an a cappella competition.
Are you going to watch the next episode of Charmed? It's Witch Perfect.
Are you serious?
Anyway, my director
To go.
is Taika David Waititi,
Oh
who
my God,
is
I love it.
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, we know
Hunt
who
for-
Taika
We know who
Waititi.
Taika Waititi is. Everyone knows who Taika Waititi is.
Look, you guys are pretty dumb about some stuff. And then the writers, I picked Phil Lord and Rodney Rothman, who just did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, that's a great
we're
movie.
Do you know
aware
who
of
they
them
are?
as well.
Great.
He's speaking for me. I didn't know that, but I did like Spider-Man.
I
But
knew who
also we
Phil
got
Lord
some like
was.
Lego movies, some Clone High, some Forgetting
Yeah,
Sarah
they're-
Marshall, some
they're
Pop
great.
Star Never Stop Never Stopping.
That's a really good choice.
Wait, who wrote Popstar Never Stop Never Stopping?
Rodney.
Rodney did. Because Phil Lord and Chris Miller did not do Popstar Never Stop Never
No.
Stopping.
Some of those were separate things.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Clone High was just Phil Lord.
I also
Yes,
said Paul
and-
Feig because I know 3 directors, but I think
Paul
he'd be
Feig.
great.
Great.
Because he's done high school stuff and also funny things.
Yeah.
Fair.
Did you guys see A Simple Favor? It's the best movie I've ever seen.
I did not.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't we put John Cena as the Grim Reaper in Bogus Journey?
Ooh,
oh, yeah.
sold so much.
Thank you.
Great.
Grim Reaper as someone who's supposed to be a ridiculous jackass.
Oh, and I put Anthony Michael Hall as the cop dad, but I like Allison Janney better. I just love Anthony Michael Hall and everything, and I want him in
Yeah,
everything.
you can be there too.
Great.
They can hang out. They're best friends.
The only reason why I wouldn't go with Taika Waititi and Lord and Miller is because I go with Taika Waititi and Lord and Miller a lot.
Yeah, well,
They're
that's
really
not
good.
our fault.
It isn't. It means that you are on the same page as a lot of people who love these guys and now they have no time because of all the movies we're making them do.
He knows it's not real, right? Or do you think he doesn't know it's not?
I can't use them as the answer for
think he can
every
hear us?
episode.
He doesn't get ASMR, so he probably can't hear people.
And that's why we're going to go with
I'm
James
so
Gunn and Nicole
aroused.
Perlman, just because that way we can get out of here and get everyone food.
Mm-hmm.
And because Meredith got the director last time and I'm not letting her do it again.
John, I'm too. And then he came out with the
And then he came out with
movie
an
of the
amazing
summer.
movie.
What movie did he put out?
Oh,
Crazy Rich Asians?
Heard of it?
I just don't remember. I like that movie a lot, though.
All right, so let me do a brief rundown of the...
Wait, we didn't do the writers.
Oh,
We picked your writers and your director?
yeah, I'm just trying to get us out of here.
It's fine.
You were so anxious
Listen,
to get us into here.
Meredith, think about which one of us needs this the most. You know?
Meredith.
Ghost?
Sorry, I thought
She
you
took
didn't.
so many notes, we didn't even get to the backside of her piece of paper.
Oh my God, you have
She cited her sources.
I'm very efficient. Next time there will be a binder.
I'm very sorry. I thought Sam needed this more than you did.
And a long day.
So Bill and Ted's exciting jaunt. Bill is Willow Shields. Ted is Julian Dennison. Rufus is Sam Rockwell. With Society run by Janelle Monáe. Bass Reeves will be played by... I didn't write down the name of the actor. I was so busy writing down Bass
I
Reeves.
thought you were going with Michelle Wolf. Jesse L. Martin.
Jaceel Martin. And then yes, Michelle Wolf can be in the background too because it's fun. She can be the bartender. It's whatever. So Bass Reeves is
Jesse L. Martin.
Jaceel Martin. One more time?
Jesse L.
I'll
Martin.
remember it eventually.
Jesse L. Martin.
Socrates is not going to be in this movie. Instead, we're going to have Buddha played by Parish Sheena. Napoleon is going to be David Mitchell because that's amazing. Freud will be Christoph Waltz, who will be in this movie for 30 seconds. And then we're going to go right to Helen Keller, who will be played by Marlee Matlin. I wrote this one. I wrote the rest of them down, some of them. Young Oak Kim is going to be played by Randall Park because of all of the things you just said 10 minutes ago because that was such a convincing argument. And I'm like, yeah, I'm on board. Amazing. Eleanor Roosevelt is going to be played by Carrie Brownstein.
Here for it.
Abraham Lincoln will be Bryan Cranston. Frida Kahlo will be Selena Gomez. Our director is James Gunn. Our writer is Nicole Perlman. Ted's mom is going to be Allison Janney. Grim Reaper is going to be John Cena, even though everyone says he's an absolute asshole.
John Cena is?
Not
Yeah.
to me.
No.
I've never met him.
To me. He's always been nice to me on the TV shows I watch him in.
I mean, he's very funny. Like, he has good charisma. but
Why
he's
is
no
this
The
the
Rock.
tangent you're allowing time for?
I don't know.
He doesn't have to be The Rock just because they do the same thing.
That's true.
Like, I have a podcast and you have a podcast. Do you want to be compared to me? You know what I mean?
No, I'm always comparing you guys.
I will be compared, but unfavorably. Your podcast is awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, your podcast is like a taco. And his like an enchilada. You know what I mean?
His is like a podcast.
Get
recorded
me to the
before a
Mexican
taco.
food.
all right. What do you two have to promote? What do you want to talk about for social media purposes?
I have a podcast called You Should Write a Song About That. You should listen to the podcast. It comes out on Wednesdays.
That's not even the podcast I was talking
I
about,
know.
but that's good too.
It's actually a weekly podcast. We've put out like 16 of them. I'm very proud of myself.
Good for you.
I hate when Laser goes before me. I'm on Twitter. Big
Big Mare.
underscore.
Apologies.
Oh, how to get that underscore.
Gotta get the underscore.
Gotta get that underscore.
Gotta get it.
I am on Twitter at Sam Gasch, SAMGASCH, no underscore.
Oh, you didn't promote your podcast.
If you want to follow the podcast, it's on Twitter at Ideal Remake, on Instagram at Ideal Remake, and on Facebook, Ideal Remake Podcast. You should do all of those things. And if you want to do one nice thing for me this week, if you could tell one person you know about this podcast, I would really, really appreciate it.
I told my Lyft driver about it, but he only wanted to talk about how sad he was that people had died.
Oh. Yeah. Well, thank you to both for hijacking my show. And
Anytime.
Our show.
yeah. This has been Ideal Remake with Laser and Meredith. Tune in next week where they talk about
But
other
Colin
amazing things.
Firth as Frida Kahlo. No? Yes.
I don't hate it.